Alright, so the patch 2.5 live stream just went down, so it's time to go over everything that's going to be coming to us in this patch. So like normal, we're briefly going to be summarizing some of the revealed story that's going to be coming to us before we get into the nitty-gritty, and then we're going to be going over everything that's coming to us in this patch, and there's a lot, so let's get started. But as usual, I have some codes to give out to y'all. No, not the codes from the live stream. I have those in the description down below. Check that out if you want, but I also have 40 one-time use only codes, so join the Discord down below, also in that same area of the description. Once you're in there, DM me and I'll send you a code as long as I still have some left. Now let's get into the video. Alright, so we got Cristoforo from the Fraxidus, and along the way we entered the script Sonarosphere. You know what I'm talking about, right? This the guy with the mask, he looks like a bird because of the beak on it, you know? He's making himself look all silly with that mask on. For real though, how am I supposed to take him seriously when he looks like Toucan Sam out here, for real? Anyways, more importantly, you might remember at the end of patch 2.4 that Cartia's aura was like all kinds of out of whack or whatever, and Rover was like, bruh, how you gonna aura farm like that, bro? You gotta get this fixed. So he like sends her off, right, to get her energy surges checked out at the Black Shores because Rover is too stupid to realize that you shouldn't send your new waifu to your old waifu's house, you know, to prevent like jealousy issues or whatever. But anyways, likely awkward moment in coming for Shorekeeper aside, Cartia still feels some residual Threnodian Leviathan energy deep inside her. That's actually what... I'm not going to make an innuendo about that. That makes a joke all by itself. But something big Leviathan energy, right? Cartia is getting that checked out somewhere at Planned Parenthood, right? But when we get the test results back, we find out that Rover isn't the father. Nah, I'm just kidding. They found out that the frequency leads to Froolova, which is a good setup because we finally are going to be getting her in patch 2.4. So let's talk about that, because that's like way more fun, right? Because she's like, we've been waiting a year for this character, dude, this is insane. And so in patch 2.4, you remember that shiny thing? She pulled it from the script of the Sonarosphere. You know what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about? She's got like a gem now. It's dope. It's cool. She's got like plus 12 aura, which is like synergetic with her kit. But jokes aside, she's finally gonna be coming into the game. And by the way, they just like dropped this on us like casually. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, so Froolova's gonna be one of the main features in the story, I guess. As if we haven't been waiting a whole year for this character. Okay, so fast forward, we click the skip button, right? Rover successfully uses the Leviathan cum inside of Cartia to track down the location of the residual energy they're looking for. And this residual energy ends up taking them to the Fabricatorium of the Deep, which is like the most stick-up-the-ass way of saying underground factory, but like whatever, it's not my game. But Froolova hangs out there. The devs made note that she got some secrets hidden there too, and they made note that Froolova and Rover seem to have at least, like, they're teaming up in some way, right? Like in a friendly way, because, you know, they can't sell female characters in this game unless there's sexual tension for some reason, I guess. It's not harem waves without the harem, right? But this is basically the start, right? And they trace the frequency and set off on an adventure into a colorful region, meeting up with Froolova and discovering the mystery surrounding her. Along with, you know, everything else coming in the patch that I can't talk about publicly right now. But let's get on to Froolova, the new character coming to us. Let's get into her kit, everything that's coming to us, her weapon, all that jazz. And this is an interesting one, okay? A DPS with a wand. Like, okay, go off, queen, like, do whatever you want, I guess. Like, but she has a heterochromatic hidden eye underneath her badge, which is like hot, and I wasn't expecting that, like, when I first saw it, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. We like this. She is a Havoc Rectifier user, like a certain other Havoc Rectifier user that's in the game already, and she uses a puppet-style summon in combat, like Hades from Ethergazer, if you've ever played that game. I'm getting on a tangent. Quite literally, she uses a Hecate to attack enemies, right? She's able to conduct battle from a distance. Her forte gauge is in the shape of a music sheet, which is like super unique, and when she performs certain attacks, it will fill up the sheet. By dropping in music notes onto the sheet, you can have up to 6 notes on the sheet at a time, and once it fills, she can continue to add to the sheet by performing more of these attacks, which will push the sheet along, forcing the oldest notes off the sheet. So in short, the left notes go away if you continue to drop notes after the sheet is filled, allowing us to fish for specific note combos that we want, which does matter. And when comboed properly, she can use an enhanced basic attack called Scarlet Code, an enhanced heavy attack called Scarlet Code, that's my bad, which drops her into the resolving chord state, allowing her to go sicko mode and allowing her to use the Resonance Liberation, which relinquishes the eye patch that she had on, entering the overclocking state. So she basically activates God mode and pops off with her summoned Hecate. And based on what notes you arrange, her ultimate animations will be different, and Hecate will attack based on what notes you arrange as well. And by the way, Froolova will not be targeted by enemies during this Resonance Liberation. It's called the Maestro state. But if her Hecate takes damage, she will also take damage. However, if you switch to a different character, she will command the Hecate all by herself. She's a conductor after all. And you can continue battle with other resonators as the music sheet plays out the song that you made with your cool little attacks and stuff. She basically makes a song, you hit play, she rocks out with the rest of your team. That's as simple as I can put it. And when a team member hits the Echo skill, her Hecate will perform a follow-up attack based off the attack music notes that you chose. When her performance is over and the sheet ends, she drops a final nuke, because you know why not. I know that all sounds really complicated, but it's actually really not that complicated once you actually play the character. And get a load of this unit. Her weapon is like the tiniest little, cutest little violin thingamabobber, and it floats around her, bumping like the most hood rat funky jams you've ever heard, bruh. And she don't pull up to the club, bro. The club pull up to her, okay? She's the club, okay? Besides Froolova, we have some reruns coming to us in the second half, which we'll go over in just a minute. First, I wanted to go over the new quest type coming to us called the Overture, which they say is supposed to like set the tone for future main quests that are going to be coming to us, I guess. It's designed to be a brief experience. They seem to be testing it out here, so hopefully it goes well and it's not like, I don't know, weird or whatever. And we're going to be reliving Augusta's decisions that led her on her way to her current path of glory, which we have her on right now, because she's kind of like the queen of the castle right now, right? Now let's talk about the new region, this new colorful underwater secret factory base of inevitable 1.0 Froolova reunion. The devs called it slightly differently, but I'm just going to call it that because that's what it is, right? While we're like maneuvering around this new area with Froolova, by the way, we're going to be navigating with her through a lot of this stuff. She's going to give us this item, and we're going to be using this item to like manipulate some of the environments as we move along it. Probably something that's just going to be stuck to this one region right here, which is cool and all, whatever, especially the part where a special attack that we could basically build up by attacking enemies with kind of like automatically attacks the enemies in this area. It's like a pretty cool, like, unique feature. Oh yeah, hold up. You remember this old man right here? This guy? He wears a mask because Rover busted a load in his eye the first time we saw him because like Zanya walked by and he like never recovered from it. Yeah, we like fight that guy. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Like Rover probably, let's be honest, busts the brakes off this old man in a 1v1 though. Like, dude, seriously, with the plot armor, you gotta be kidding me. This guy doesn't stand a chance. Oh yeah, and like, can't forget, right? There's this one part where he's like holding the gem Froolova had, you know, from earlier. It's confirmed. Like, what's up with that? I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. Like, why did I guess he stole it? It's shiny. It's really cool and shiny. Maybe it's understandable. But yeah, he's a boss now. And friend Rico, masked dude, and he ends up turning into an echo, which we find out. So like, yeah, Rover busts the brakes off that dude in the 1v1. It's gonna be sick, dude. We're about to give this dude 2 black eyes. He's gonna have to wear 2 masks. And yo, wouldn't you know it, we're getting another echo for Froolova this time around. Kind of don't like that we keep getting all these unique sets lately, but at least the old ones are still viable. And this set is unique in that it only requires 3 echoes to create the Sonata effect instead of 5, right? So builds are going to be getting interesting for her. Again, this is an echo set with 3 echo requirements, not 5. So this is huge. There will be a new area in the game too that we can farm the 1 cost and 3 cost echoes for this set for free. No stamina necessary. However, it will only spawn a certain amount of echoes per day, so keep that in mind, just like other farm areas for like different echo sets in the game. So just be aware of that. The devs acknowledge that players' concerns over echoes have been the thing they've been hearing about a lot, so hopefully this is a step in the right direction for them. Hashtag devs listened. Now let's get into the events. First, the banners. Froolova is first. The reruns are second half, and it's Rochia, Barant, and Cantarella. I like this. Bro, seriously, these are all recent characters. Like, we're getting reruns on all of these characters, not just 1, but 3 recent releases. This means we can likely expect to see this for other characters in the second half as well. That is a good sign. But now, we get to the actual events. Have you ever wanted a job? Of course not, but would you work at a job your crush was working at? Well, there you go. That's what we're getting. You get to be a manager, because Froolova's a manager, and you get to do all the work she's supposed to do. Not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about this event. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a little wishy-washy on it. I'm a combat event kind of dude myself, but sometimes casual events are actually a lot of fun. Hopefully this is one of them. It seems like a big event, so hopefully it's just like the art style that's kind of throwing me off. It like gives me like some of the old Genshin event vibes for me. Either way, it's going to be a cozy event. Hopefully it's good. We also have the Overflowing Picture Book event coming, which will be a strategy minigame event. We already had something like this before, and this is basically going to be a new revamped version of it with more modes and rewards and stuff like that. We also have another addition to an old feature, which will be new stages to the Deep Dreams Film Festival. They're also adding optimizations to this mode based on recent player feedback to streamline the mode and improve overall gameplay. They really seem to have reworked this mode a lot, so hopefully their work pays off and we enjoy it. We're also getting an exploration event, so you don't have to wander around randomly in the new region if you don't want to. You can just run this event and it'll essentially kind of like help you explore the new region all by itself while earning some rewards along the way. And you're also going to be getting, of course, the usual 7-day login event as well. Now let's go over some optimizations. Firstly, Echo's tuning has a new sync feature, and when turned on after you upgrade an Echo, it will automatically tune the Echo for you. You can turn this feature off if you still like doing it manually. We can now also set the auto lock and auto discard paths in the data merge menu. This will allow us to streamline Echo management based on our preferences, and the new Echoes will be easy to farm and track through in-game menus. This is still, however, I gotta say this, not a fix for the lack of Echo experience material problem, which is honestly the only real Echo problem we have in the game right now, realistically. But who am I? I'm not a dev, right? We're also going to be getting more slots for our in-team lineups menu. Not truly necessary, but like, I guess it's nice, right? We don't have to manually switch teams as often now. But more importantly, this one's huge. We can turn off or on skill music for characters. So when Robin dropped in Honkai Star Rail, for example, I said they should have allowed us to select tracks we wanted to use in combat from her album that came out as well. But no, what the heck do I know, right? I'm stupid, I guess. Kuro doesn't have a character in the game that has multiple songs, but knowing we can turn them on and off is kind of nice. I think I like that, and if they ever release a character that has multiple songs, how much you want to bet they're going to let us change the songs? Because they already have an integrated menu for stuff like that. They're thinking ahead. So overall, we're going to be getting a lot of features, new story, quality of life as usual, a character we've wanted since 1.0, no new character coming to us on side 2, which normally would be kind of like a meh situation, but with the upcoming units coming after all of them, like all of the upcoming units that were revealed, I think it's okay we get to save for once, right? So anyways, let me know if you like this patch that's coming to us. Let me know if you're pulling Froolova or if they just waited too long and you don't care anymore and now you're saving for Chisha. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.